Everyone has resources of some kind to give. Those who want to give money, I think you should begin with where your passion is. Philanthropy is always going to be a combination of heart and head, not either alone. So it's best to go with your area of interest. What bothers you? What do you think is not working in society? What do you feel bad about? What keeps you awake at night? I think begin there. What should philanthropy work towards? In the next 10 years, what should happen in the philanthropy sector is a question. I think really depends on the people. It depends on the people who are supposed to be the donors. They have to become more generous. I think we need to see people give a lot more transparently. We need to know much more about how much is being given forward. I think we need people to give for building institutional capacity in whichever sector they want to give in, whatever gets their passion going, but they need to build the institutional strength of the non-profit sector so that they can work much more efficiently and effectively. And that needs to happen very rapidly, otherwise you will have a bottleneck pretty soon. I think that's one of the primary things I can think of. The second thing I can think of so that the philanthropy sector will grow and become much more relevant than it is now is for people to start thinking outside the normal areas of giving. So of course people give to education as they should, so do I. I believe the health sector is very underfunded in India, philanthropically. What happened with NGOs and donors and government, of course, in the education sector has not happened enough in the health sector. And health is such a basic human right. If you don't have health, until you don't have it, you don't know how good it is. And there's so many things that need to be done in India to get to achieve the goal of health for all, that I think philanthropy needs to come into sectors like health and so many other sectors I can think about in these next 10 years. And so imagine the exciting potential of it. There's so much to do. I worry sometimes that Indian philanthropy is not edgy enough, not taking risks enough, not really grappling with the bigger problems that are, for example, let's take a really big one like climate change, okay? In 10 years, if some of these climate predictions are true, can you imagine what will be happening in North India? If the monsoon patterns change, can you imagine how that will impact the lives of millions and millions of people in this country? Wouldn't it be great if Indian philanthropy made the big leaps to look at things 10 years out and say, what are the big, audacious things that we can start tackling now? I worry that Indian philanthropy will get stuck tinkering on the sidelines, a little bit of incremental work in education, a little bit of incremental work in health, and not tackle the really big problems that are facing us because we don't know how to. I believe we know how to. If all the people who have produced this wealth can be so creative as to build these huge business empires, a little bit of that attention on the big problems that are facing the country, I'm sure will yield much more innovative philanthropy. We don't have to copy the West. Today we have problems in India which the West never faced. We have to build an indigenous model of innovative philanthropy, taking bigger risks, taking the risk of collaboration, being more audacious, giving more, and that's what will make this country go forward in a way that's different from some of the bad predictions and projections of it. I think we have a huge responsibility on our shoulders and we should enjoy taking it on.